my absolutely beautiful Leo friends, and welcome to your horoscope for September of 2023. We're Leo this month. Super cool. We are getting into the eclipse cycle vibration. So right here at the beginning of the video, I want to give you a little bit of an assignment while you're listening, or even after you listen to this video, is to take a minute to just be quiet, put your feet on the ground, and feel into your body, feel into your space. Listen to the world around you, listen to your breathing, and really get a sense of the vibration within your own space, because that energy is going to ramp up. And I want you to be able to sense the sensitivity, the change and the tingle and the flow as we move into the eclipse energies, which will happen in October. But we usually start to feel them about 6 to 8 weeks before. So we're in the window, and I really want you to be as present as you can to those changes, because they're going to bring some nice big shifts in your direction, especially around how you would like to expand into the world, the things that you think, your mind, your ideas, travel, projects you're taking on. You're in a really big season in general to be experiencing all of that. So take a minute, take a breath, and know and get a sense of your own space, because we're going to start to sense those adjustments as they're coming in, okay? Right at the beginning of the month on the 3rd, we've got Venus coming direct in your sign in that first house, okay? Now think back to June 19th, and this is when Venus came into pre-retrograde shadow time at 12 degrees of Leo. So absolutely locate between 12 and 28 degrees of Leo on your personal chart, okay? So you can see exactly what house that's been working on for you, and you've been in this state of review, right? You've been re-looking at what you value, what matters to you, your aesthetic, your look. You know, when you're presenting yourself to the world, what are you doing with that? What changes did you want to make? Were you finding yourself being a bit more Leo, a bit more bold? You know, Leo, sometimes what can happen is you pick a look and you like rock that look forever. That's the nature of fixed energy. I'm a fixed energy too, so I totally get it. So, you know, was there something about you or your external environment that you thought, I'd like to adjust the vibration of this? Something else that you've been looking at as well is flashing back to the time in your life between July and September of 2015. What changes, what revelations, what level of forgiveness, or what new willingness to attract a boldness, move with courage have you called into your life? Now, we saw Venus actually take that retrograde on July 22nd. Now it's direct, and we will see Venus leave the entirety of the retrograde cycle on October 7th. So by the time we arrive at that October 7th portal, we're going to see that there's a little bit of a healing and a little bit of an adjustment to your perception of who you are, how you are, and definitely how you present that to the world. On the 4th, we've got Jupiter turning retrograde in the energy of Taurus. Now, Jupiter actually entered into its pre-retrograde shadow time on June 11th at 5 degrees of Taurus, and we're going to travel between 5 and 15 degrees of Taurus, okay? So this, of course, lights up your 10th house, tip top of the chart. Again, it's a very public space. The first house, how we see you, how you present yourself to us. And the 10th house, how we see you and you present what you do, who you are, and your title to the world. As Jupiter has been traveling through this Tauran energy, the way that you expand, the way that you think, the philosophies that have been guiding your work life, your career, your name, have been expanding. And now that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, right? But sometimes the blessings get really big, really fast. So as Jupiter is taking a retrograde now, you may find that some of that energy in the career zone, or being in this expanded stage on the public stage, may slow down just a little bit, because it's more about, okay, now let's rethink the mission and the goals and the plans that we have for ourselves. With this advancement, with this expansion, what have you learned? What new perspectives and ideas, and what is the next thing you value enough to grow towards and to achieve? So certainly around your career, and not just the career, okay? Leo, around your title. You know, have you gone from being single to married? Have you gone from being, you know, a parent to a grandparent, to retired to now you're a volunteer person. What's the change in title that we call you in public? Because whatever it is, it probably got really big really fast, and now it's time to condense it just a little bit to get it under control. On the 14th, we've got a new moon happening at 21 degrees of Virgo, so lighting up your second house space. Now, the new moon is our beautiful invitation to plant our seeds of intention to begin something new in this area. And it doesn't have to be brand new, because you also want to think at this particular moment, the ruling planet of this moon is retrograde until the next day. So it's not necessarily that you need to begin something brand new, but you need a new perspective on it, right? You need a new regime. You need a new specific set of actions or a method to get something done that makes you a little bit more attentive to the details. It gives you a discernment in this area of your life. So around your finances, around the things that have value to you in your life. And I'm talking about your jewelry, your furniture, your self-worth, self-esteem, how you go out in the world and you make money. Where have you needed to do a little bit of analysis, some research in this area, and be discerning? Because whatever it is, you want to concentrate on the second house being the very best that it can be. That is the vibration of Virgo. It can be nitpicky and critical, but it really wants this area to be the very best that it can be and be the most healthy. So this is your opportunity. Plant those seeds of intention to have a relook at that budget and see what can be adjusted to make it the best. On the 15th, we've got Mercury now turning direct in that energy of Virgo, so helping. Here is the day where things will, you get a little bit of energy to start to make progress moving some things forward. Now, I do want to point out that Mercury does not leave its shadow time until September 30th, and we will have traveled between 21 and 8 degrees of Virgo, so make sure you check those in your personal chart as well. But as far as making business decisions, feeling like you have a little bit more clarity, things like that, yes, you can start here as we're at the 15th, but I also think that there's just so much more clarity available for you as we get to September 30th. On the 23rd, we've got the sun entering into the energy of Libra, lighting up your third house space. So this is of the mind, the smaller mind. So think about it like you're learning something new. And maybe it's not that you're learning at a whole new institution or something like that, but you are like learning a new course at an old place. It balances out the knowledge that you already have. This is also a fantastic time if you do write, if you publish, if you needed to do your website and you wanted to have some kind of expansion like that, or you wanted to find a publisher. This is a fantastic time for bringing that partnership energy to light, okay? Other things. Third house, contracts, negotiations, buying, selling, done with the vibration of Libra, having its ruling planet recently come out of retrograde. There is some value here. This is a potential time where you might be able to haggle, or you might be able to get a better deal on something that you are buying or that you are selling. So I would absolutely be queuing in all of your resources to find the most balanced but also profitable outcomes for you. Now, it is the third house, so there is some travel that could be happening here for sure, but this would be more short distance travel, state to state, not so much big travel like we see in the ninth house of country to country. On the 29th, to close out this month, we will have a full moon, though, that is happening in that ninth house space at 6 degrees of Aries. Okay. The full moon is asking us to end something, acknowledge something, or to make an adjustment. And it turns on all of the lights in the sky so we can really see very clearly at an emotional level what we're working with. So in your ninth house, now this is where we're going to take that education to, maybe you're advancing a certification, you're getting some kind of higher education. It's not necessarily a brand new course or anything like that. It's already along the pathway of what you've been studying, and it will allow you to expand more greatly out into the world. This now can include that international travel, the international name, things like that. Where are you finding in this Aries energy that you are feeling like, yes, I am ready to own some of my own independence, take this class, take this certification, go on this trip, handle this legal business or immigration business. Now, the other place I really like to look at the ninth house is when we're talking about faith and philosophies, because what philosophies you have are guiding and are creating this undercurrent of your life that you're making decisions around. So with the full moon here, I think one of the places you're finding your feet is very Aries, where it's what is your voice? What is about you? How do you need to do this particular area of your life? And it's looking to seek some integration with the we around you, but you've ultimately got to call out and say, hey, this is how I believe I need to schedule myself. And there's this assertion and this pushing for the self that you've got to stand up, because if people don't know how you work, or they don't know what you need or how you learn, you can't have the integration of the me and the we. You kind of fall at the feet of the we and you get pushed with the wave. You know what I mean? And that's not very Aries energy. So whatever the emotional revelations are that come up for you over this next 4 weeks, or this place where you feel an urge to speak up for yourself, I would absolutely encourage you to do it. And always, you can use the tools around you, journaling, talking it through with a friend before you go to the boss or to that big conversation that you need to have, whatever. There is lots of resources available for you to get it out before you get it out. You know what I'm saying? All right, my absolutely beautiful Leo friends, I cannot wait to see what September brings you. Please check in with your body, check in with your space and your vibration, so that you can understand the shifts in the energy that may be subtle, or they may feel very loud for some of you as we approach the October energy and get into that eclipse vibration. I love you, my beautiful Leos. Have a great month.